Hello everybody, it's Wyvern here with a video to discuss Aranessa Saltspite, who was added today to our roster of lords coming in for Vampire Coast. As you can see here, she is in all of her scaly, spiky glory, and this obviously coming in as no surprise. We've kind of known this for basically since this little list of outlines was out, and it was speculated long before that she might make the cut. And it would appear that she's going to get access to some living units, which is pretty cool. Here we can see that she commands a human pirate crew known as the Sartosa Free Company, and these are unique units she's able to recruit. I'm not entirely sure if they are a free company in the same sense as Empire Free Company, or if they're maybe better. I would kind of assume they're going to be better because they're, I think it's Free Company Militia for Empire, so those guys are supposed to be like basically rabble by Empire standards, whereas these guys would be a pirate crew, so you assume they'd be a bit more capable or a bit more experienced in combat. Otherwise, though, she is very much in control of the usual Vampire Coast roster by all looks of it. As far as her faction effects go, she gets additional income from sacking settlements, which is really nice. I'm actually liking the look of this right away, and increases her chance of finding treasure maps. Now, because I don't know how the treasure map mechanic works, I can't really judge on that. It could be cool, could be bad, or it could be pointless, I suppose. Probably not bad, but it could be pointless. We'll definitely see. As far as lord effects, she's got an Aura of Leadership that increases the weapon strength and melee attack of her Sartosa Free Company units. So she's definitely looking to have some synergy there. It does say Sartosa Free Company units. I'm not sure if there's going to be different Sartosa Free Company units, or if it's just going to be one type of pirate unit. We'll definitely see. I can't think of too many prior instances of unique Lord-associated units, so we'll definitely have to wait and see what we get with these guys. If they're going to be multiple different units, multiple different pirate units, or if it's just going to be like one single type of Sartosa Free Company. If it affects weapon strength and melee attack, I think these guys would almost be melee oriented, or perhaps at least some were melee oriented rather than just the pistol and melee infantry. But we'll definitely have to wait and see. But this could be very useful. Tretch's Raiders ability is also really good because those AoE buffs can be very valuable, especially on mediocre units. For mount, she does get a Rotting Promethean, which appears to be the name for the crustaceans, which is pretty cool. I kind of assume that she might keep her anti-large on the crustaceans. It's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. I'd hope she does, but you never know. Citra, for example, swaps into anti-infantry specialist, so it might be something like Citra's shtick, where he switches from a anti-large killer to a anti-infantry lord if you put him on a Necros or a War Sphinx. For unique weapons, she does get the Kraken's Bane, which gives her an additional aura that increases the melee attack of friendly units, as well as giving them a bonus when facing large foes, which is pretty cool. This is, I think, our first as well. We have had some other abilities now that improve anti-large. Definitely several single lord abilities. We definitely had some spells like the Job's Incantation of Cursed Blades for Tomb Kings. But I think this is going to be a first as far as abilities giving anti-large and an AoE goes. So that could be pretty nifty, especially because it doesn't really look like I almost called Tomb Kings, the Vampire Coast. It doesn't look like the Vampire Coast has actual anti-large except for maybe the Depth Guard, and as far as their infantry goes. So this could be nifty. For unique skills, Mutant. So being not human, she gets immunity to Vigor loss, which is amazing. That's really nifty. No regen in this, but she does get more HP and the immunity to Vigor, which is both really, really solid. Sawfish Peg Leg. She has Sawfish Peg Legs instead of normal Peg Legs. It improves armor and weapon strength. Pretty cool. Not much to say there. It is an interesting choice in the aesthetic that doesn't really show here in this image, but she does have Sawfish Peg Legs. It's one of those little mini trailers they released on Twitter and Facebook. Creatures of Manad. She has keen knowledge of rotting Prometheans and rotting Leviathans, allowing her to reduce their upkeep and improve missile resistance. It is clear why some believe her to be the daughter of the sea god. So I'm not sure if rotting Leviathans and Prometheans are different things. Now, we haven't seen Prometheans seem to be the crabs. I don't know what would be. I can't remember anything in the trailer that would be a rotting leviathan. I remember two different types of crabs, and then of course the uh, broken up ships or the ship titans. But I'm not sure what a rotting leviathan is. If it's a separate thing, or if it's just the two different sizes of crabs, or two different things. One's a leviathan, and one's the Promethean. Regardless, we're able to reduce monstrous upkeep and improve missile resist does seem pretty cool. And it's nice to see that she still gets these benefits. I was kind of thinking when I saw Noctilus's stats that or specs, this wouldn't be a case for her, but I'm glad to see that she's still going to get some bonuses there. Gifted Sailor, Mastery of the Waves brings her benefits, including better leadership for such as a free company, probably pretty important because they're human units, so they're probably going to be susceptible to routing. And then increases our army's movement and replenishment rates, which is awesome. Self-Taught Gunner gives more ammunition for carronades, mortars, and Queen Bess. So, once again, should be great. More and more ammo is often very useful because you'll often find in a campaign that your battles are very protracted and you'll often make use of all of your ammunition fighting against AI, because the AI tends to attack in a very predictable manner, so things will often get bogged down and drag out for a long amount of time as you're grinding through them, especially on higher difficulties where the leadership is really high. So I can see this being very useful. And then your worst nightmare. Aranessa's Saltspite reputation as one of Sartosa's most formidable pirate captains is well earned. Her notoriety boosting her melee attack and giving a reward save, in addition to increasing plunder gained from encounters at the sea. This is a little interesting, a cute little thing with getting more money from fights at sea. But the main thing, nice boost to melee attack and reward save. So honestly, as far as Aranessa goes, I'm pretty happy with all of her abilities. I think they're all really solid and good improvements. Now, as we already kind of speculated, she will be spawning in Sartosa with her faction, as we can see, and that is going to be the case in Mortal Empires as well, which means that the pirates are definitely spawning pretty with some distance between them. It's kind of like greenskins, where you've got 1, 2, 3. They spawn fairly close to each other, I would say, but not so much that you don't get variety. Especially with some of these options, like Count Noctilus spawning here in the center is going to give you so many options as to where you can go and conquer, because it's just one island. And then from there you can go to Ulthuan, you can go to Estalia, you can go to the Vampire Coast and fight Harkon. You could go southwest, go fight the Bretonnians, which might be really easy. And yeah, same thing with Aranessa. She has so many options. She can be spreading out in the human territories here. She can be going to the Badlands to fight the Aurochs, maybe the Tomb Kings and the Bretonnians, whatever. There's a lot of options. So I'm pretty hyped for that. Her unique ship, the Swordfish, you can see looking cool, and actually looks like a not complete ruined piece of garbage. So that's really nice to see. But either way, I'm pretty hyped for Aranessa Saltspite. I think she could be pretty cool. I think I'm excited to see what the free company is all about. I want to see what their stats are and what sort of unit they're going to be. Pretty excited. I think she's got some pretty cool tools. I think it's going to be a bit of a toss-up on whether or not I do her or Noctilus first, unless the fourth one's really pretty cool. But at this point, I think Aranessa Saltspite is my favorite going into the DLC release. I really like her the idea of her campaign buffs and her unique units, because I find that often it's just fun playing with whatever factions, unique units you have. Especially in the case of, for example, Arkan. It's one of the reasons I do enjoy Arkan's campaign, because you get all those vampire count units. So if those cool human units are fun, I'd really love to be playing around with those. But regardless, what are your guys' thoughts and opinions? Do you guys think this is going to be a fun lore? Do you think it makes some sense in the roster, or is it ridiculous? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts and comments and opinions on this down below, and I'll be sure to respond as soon as I can. As usual, I hope you enjoyed. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.